If you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call.
I believe there's one phone participant joining us. If they can announce themselves for the minutes, please. *6 to unmute.
Executive session announcement.
I'm sorry, I do not have any since the last Board of Commissioners meeting.
I move for approval of the Board of Commissioners meeting minutes for 7/9/24. May I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public comment. Commissioners comment.
I will begin. I believe we all have sentiments on the same topic today, but I just wanted to share that I believe we all feel that the events at the Trump rally on Saturday are horrifying and a sad day for our country and our state, and that we all are united in the belief that violence does not have any place in the political process.
Commissioner Webster.
Thank you. To echo what Commissioner Burke just said, I do imagine that all of you, like me, were shocked and horrified at the attempt on President Trump's life. I am grateful for God's protection of President Trump and of many others in the near vicinity of him who were shielded and protected and could have potentially been victims. And for that, we should all give thanks to God. We should also ask for healing for the hearts of those people who lost a loved one or have a loved one who's been injured on that day. Someone pointed out that the time of the shooting was 6:10 or 11 that evening on Saturday. And they made a connection with two verses in the Bible, Ephesians 6, verses 10 and 11. I'm going to read them to you just so that you can appreciate this. Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. We certainly saw the devil's schemes Saturday evening. But we need to welcome God and our country and his protection and power and strength that he can give to us and our country and to our families and our nation. The hate and vitriol that we saw and that we hear regularly must stop. We need to return to a more civilized and united America as we had in yesteryear. Thank you.
I think as a board, we condemn any and all actions of violence. We may, as a board, and it doesn't matter whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, we may have disagreements, but we work through them and we work for the people. We may have difference of opinion. We may have spirited discussion, but that does not mean that there should be violence. So we condemn any and all violent actions when it comes to the politics. And I think as a board, we also agree with what's been said from President Biden as well as former President Trump that we need to take a step back. The rhetoric needs to stop. We need to focus on what the issues are as we all one nation, and this is America. So if you could please take us through the consent agenda.
Sure. Today's consent agenda for your consideration is Resolution 337. It's the payment of the following 4 warrant lists as outlined in item A. Ratification of the following 4 warrant lists as outlined in item B. It's a ratification of the total payroll for the check dated 7/12/24 in the total amount of $867,038.44. It's budget transfers, 2024 budget transfers in items D, E, F, G, H, and I, followed by resignations, employments, a status change, 2 status changes, and then a correction to the status notice from last week's meeting, as outlined in items J, K, L, M, respectively.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda. May I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm an aye with an abstention to a payment to the Borough of Hollidaysburg.
Staff reports and special business, juvenile probation. Do we have the?
Sure, I will take this on their behalf. I can't really speak to any questions, but I will present the item for them. So this is on behalf of the Juvenile Probation Office, requesting approval of the 24-25 contract agreement between the County of Blair on behalf of Blair County Juvenile Probation and Central County's Youth Center for juvenile detention facilities for the period of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025 at the rate of $595 per day per juvenile, with additional fees per the contract on an as-needed basis.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract between the County of Blair and Center County's Youth Center for the period of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025 at the rate of $595 per day per juvenile. May I have a second?
I'll second that.
This is, I'm familiar with this because we have had difficulty placing juveniles who should be in detention with beds being taken. And so we have an opportunity to secure a bed if it's needed for any juvenile who may need to be detained. Any other comments or questions?
Yes, I think prior to this, our other options were about 2 hours away, which inhibits the ability of our local kids to have access to visitation with their families and their attorneys. So it's a really nice thing to be able to have an option that's much closer.
I agree. Probably cheap.
The other contract, I believe, was $750 a day, so.
All those in favor? Aye. Public Works. Paul. Is it hot out there, Paul?
I have 2 on the agenda today, requesting approval of the award or rejection of the 4 bids outlined below received for the County Road 105 and 105A rehab project. As you can see, the lowest bid is HRIC Inc. for $2,304,000 even.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the award or rejection of the 4 bids received for County Road 105 and 105A. May I have a second?
Before you make that motion.
Yeah, we would be approving it.
Yes, so what needs to happen here is we need to approve to the lowest bidder, if that is okay by the board, and that would be to HRI in the amount of $2,304,000 for the 105 rehab project. So we would need to approve them as award them as the winner, and then reject the following 3 from Gleno Hawbaker, Granis Brothers, and New Enterprise.
All right, well, thank you for that. So I'll make a motion to award to the lowest bidder the bids received for County Road 105 and 105A, the rehabilitation project. May I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
The second one is requesting approval of the award or rejection of the 6 bids outlined below for the County Bridge 69 replacement project.
So Commissioners, I did also want to add, that with Charles J. Merlot having the lowest bid, I just wanted to note a note from the review from the solicitors that there were some minor irregularities in their bid submission. They appear to be immaterial, and if the Commissioners were to award the bid to Charles J. Merlot, we would need to have that memorialized in the minutes. So if we could do that as well, and I believe Commissioner Webster was prepared to do that.
Yes, thank you very much. There were some minor irregularities and one multiplication problem. The multiplication error changed the bid by $6.50. However, it still remains the lowest, and the other irregularities are something that we can waive. So I would make a motion that we accept, I'm sorry, we already did that last week, that we award the bid for County Bridge number 69, replacement to Charles J. Merlot Incorporated, with a waiver of the irregularities that are immaterial, and that we then reject the remaining 5 bids.
I'll second the motion. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Building maintenance.
Requesting approval for a proposal received from Empire to maintain the electronic access system for the Blair County Courthouse, Highway Department, and 9/11 Center for the period of April 8, 24 through April 8, 2025, in a total annual amount of $22,158, billed quarterly in the amount of $5,540.
I'll make a motion to approve the Empire to maintain the electronic access system for Blair County Courthouse, Highway Department, 9/11 Center for the period of April 8, 2024 through including April 8, 2025, for the amount of $22,158, billed quarterly $5,540. May I have a second?
I'll second that.
And this is just door access, correct, Ken?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Sarah?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here requesting approval to submit the amended Election Integrity Grant Program post-election report to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development for the November 7th, 2023 election in the amount of $159,334.83.
I'll make a motion to approve the amended Election Integrity Grant Program post-election report for the November 7th, 2023 election, in the amount of $159,334.83. May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
And also requesting approval to submit the Election Integrity Grant Program post-election report to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development for the April 23rd, 2024 election in the amount of $247,297.08.
I'll make a motion to approve to submit the Election Integrity Grant Program post-election report to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for April 23, 2024 election in the amount of $247,297.08. May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Any old business? All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next Board of Commissioners meeting will be held Tuesday, July 23rd at 1 p.m. Thank you very much.